أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So inshallah we'll get started now. Today is our book number 3 and lesson number 9. Would be a very interesting, very beautiful lesson because most of the exercises today has a lot to do with the Quran. There will be some verses of the Quran that are actually used in this lesson, and also some of the rules and some of the qawaid, as I mentioned before. They are related to how we recite some of the stuff, some of the verses in Quran. So inshallah, let's get started. I will share my screen. Hmm. There you go. You should be able to see this now, right? Now
Yes,
I
we
can.
can do it.
Okay.
Yep, we can see it.
Inshallah, we'll get started now. One quick second. Okay. So today is our, as I mentioned, book number 3, lesson number 9. Let's get started. Darsul Tase, and first of all, we have some of the vocabulary items. Very new. All of these are brand new, of course. And I did prepare the Quizlet this time because there is a lot of new words this time that you'll have to go through. So I prepared the Quizlet as well so that you can actually go through the Quizlet afterwards as well. And there's a lot of kawaid today, a lot of them. So we'll first go through those, and then later on we'll go through the exercises. And the vocabulary items, qaima is the list. For example, when you create a shopping list, you'll call this as a list. If you, for example, have students that actually were selected for a certain department in a university or a school, that list where the name is shown, that's called as a list. Then ilaqatun or ilaqa is connection. Very different meaning compared to, there is a similar word in my language, in Urdu language, but the meaning over here is completely different. So ilaqa or ilaqatun is connection. And ma'ani means meaning, very simple. I think everybody pretty much knows this already. Ma'ani means meaning. Lahzatun, lahzatun, moment. There is a very famous poet, um, uh, pretty much Islamic poet in my country, who actually wrote a very famous poem. I'm forgetting the actual. Uh,
हर लहजे मोमिन की पहचान.
exactly. So that exact same the meaning of that is exactly what you see over here. It actually means moment. And iddatu as'ila, iddatu, when you say idda, it means number of. And you'll see the same thing. For example, you say iddatu as'ila, number of questions, and iddatu kutub, number of books, right? Iddatu kutub, a number of books. Iddatu as'ila, a number of questions. Run is it rang. It rang. The bell itself, when you, for example, over here you see the jarasun. Jarasun means the bell. When you're in a school, the bell rings. That's basically what it is. So the run is it rang. Halaka, he created. Halaka is he created. Rafa'a, he raised. For example, when you say Rafa'a yadun, he raised his hand. Tinun is mud. Tinun is mud. For example, all human beings, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created from the mud. And what is mud? Mud is actually the soil or the dirt mixed with water. So soil mixed with water is what mud is. So tinun. Hadara, he attended or he was present. Hadara, he attended and he was present. Narun, we all know this. When we say Allahumma ajirni minan nar, oh Allah protect me uh, from the fire or the Jahannam. So narun is fire. Iddatu kutub, I already mentioned the number of books. Asimatun, asimatun or asima is capital city. Capital city. Mukhtalitun, mixed. Mukhtalitun is mixed. Kazalik, like that. Kazalik like that. Janun is jinn, right? So from a jinn, the the plural of the jinn is janun, and hadidun is iron or metal. So you know Suratul Hadid, right? So the iron or the metal. Hakaza like this or so. Hakaza like this or so. Jarasun I already mentioned. Is bell. Ahsanta, you have done well, very good job, or well done. All of these where you will say ahsanta. So these are the words that will be used in the exercise today. And if you want to take a screenshot for now, because when you'll actually be doing the exercise, a lot of these words will show up, and they're very long sentences today. So you may want to just keep a screenshot just in case if it shows up. So the next screen. Now, these are three things. Look at the middle form. Look at the green heart, which is the three grammatical states of a noun in Arabic. So, my question to you, to all of you, is this is something that you've never seen before, right? Tell me the words in Arabic lessons that we have seen before. These are the exact same things. There are only three forms of noun in Arabic, but I mentioned to you these things in a different way. I mentioned different words. They're the same thing, but I just use a different word. Can anybody tell me what is the nominative form when we talk about what is the nominative form of an Arabic noun?
Marfu.
Marfu. Very good. So marfuun, or when we say marfu, rafa, or marfu is the exact same thing. There is no difference whatsoever at all. And then genitive form. What is the genitive form? There is another word I used for that.
Majroor.
Majroor, exactly. So majroor or jar is exactly the same thing. There is no difference whatsoever. And nasab, I used a different word. What is that?
Mansoob.
Mansoob, your accusative form, right? So accusative is basically it has a connection with the file. So whoever is performing the action, so it has a connection with the file, and we'll see exactly how it actually is done. And there is three clear differences between all three of them. Marfu, nominative form, or rafa usually is represented by a dhamma, right? Or dhammatain, right? Dhamma or dhammatain is how it is represented. Jar or majroor is usually represented by a kasra or a kasratain. Nasab or mansoob is accusative form, usually represented by a fatha or fathatain. Okay, so these are the three different uh, grammatical states of a noun in Arabic. The meaning is exactly the same, but they're sometimes written differently. This time, the book, or whoever wrote the book, these books, they use the word rafa, jar, and nasab. So I wanted to make sure that I explained to you. Otherwise, when you'll all of a sudden will say, "What is rafa?" I didn't. It is calling it as a nominative form, but rafa or marfu is the same thing. Jar or majroor is the same thing. Nasab and mansoob is the same thing. No difference. Here are the examples if you see at the bottom. Muhammadun musafirun. Muhammad is a traveler. So both words are rafa, or both words are in this case are marfu. Why? Because you have the matain on top of both of the last letters of these two words. So Muhammadun musafirun. Both words have the that's why they're gonna call as Rafa, or Aliyun Mujtahidun. Ali is very hardworking. So both words have in the end the the so that's why they're both are marfu or Rafa. Jar or Majroor, uh, you'll have the kasra or kasratain in the last letter of the word. So Babul Baiti, the door of the house. You can see the last letter has a kasra, so that's why it is the genitive form or the jar or majroor. Bintul Waziri. So in the same thing, the daughter of the minister, the last letter has a kasra. That's why it is called as um, majroor or jar or genitive form. Now, for example, when we went through this whole exercise during the um, uh, when we were going through um, an exercise where I mentioned to you Rasulullahi. So Baitullahi, right? So in the end, when you see the kasra, that's what basically um, is the jar or majroor. Nasab is always represented by fatha or fathatain. So for example, darastul kitaba, wajadtul kitaba, right? So there are two words over here. Can anybody tell me what is the first letter? What does the first sentence mean? Darastul kitaba. What is the translation of the first sentence? Darastul kitaba.
I read the book.
Very good. And now somebody else. Wajadtul kitaba. What does that mean? So you had
I
this word.
found the book.
I found the book. Very good. So, yeah. So this word was used, if you remember, in the lesson number 7 when there was a conversation between a mother and the children, and they were talking about a magazine, and the magazine was lost, and then one of them actually found this. So this word wajad is wajadtul kitaba is basically finding something. So wajadtul kitaba means I found the book. And why is it? Okay, what if it was darasat al kitaba? What does that mean? If I just change the same word to darasat al kitaba, what does that mean?
She read the book.
He read the book. If I change the word to darasatil kitaba, what does that mean?
You read the book, feminine.
Feminine, very good. So I think everybody got it for this time now. That because of the exercises that you have done, I think it's much easier. Now you can see the tu, the ti, the ta, and tum or tuhu or tuha. All of those words should be much more easier now to be able to translate exactly what those words really mean. Okay, so these are some of the examples. Now we'll go into the kawaid. There are 11 kawaid in this book. There are a lot of them, and there are too many exercises in this book. So hopefully we'll be able to finish all of these this time. So the very first one, as I mentioned, the nasab, which is the accusative form of the noun, is the ending of the sound feminine plural. Okay, we have learned earlier that the normal nasab ending of a noun is an a. Innal bayta. Innal bayta jadidun. Qaratul kitaba. Wajadtul kitaba. Now, in this lesson, we will learn that the nasab ending of a noun in the sound feminine plural form is e. So that's why you'll see I mentioned usually represented by a or e. But when you, depending on the context of the sentence, for example, Ra'aytul abna'a wal banati, I saw the sons and the daughters. So in this sentence, you can see both al abna'a or al banati are objects of the verb ra'aytu. So the ra'aytu is the verb because I saw, and then the objects which are connected, and that's why they're called as mansub or they're called as nasab, is because they're the objects of the verb. Because they are the objects of the verb, they're called as nasab or mansub, and so that's why they're called as mansub. The noun abna'a has the regular a ending, but the noun al banati has the e ending because it is found feminine plural, right? Because you have the the, right? Because it's a plural form of the feminine. So that's why the ending will actually be ti, not a ta. Even though they are both mansub, even though they're both nasab, but because it's the feminine plural, it will actually end with a ti. Okay, that's all the differences. That's why it is said it is usually represented by a fatha, not always. Why? Because when you have the feminine plural, it will become a ti. This is the first one. And now here are some of the examples. Khalaq Allah samawati wal ard. So Allah created the heavens and the earth. Samawati wal arda. Samawati is the feminine, right? So that's why the uh, khalaqa is the verb, and then samawati is the skies or the heavens. Both are correctly used in Quran, and the both words are meaning the same because asma'a it means sama'a means the sky, and samawat is the heavens or the skies. But because it's a feminine word, so it will actually end with a ti instead of a ta. And then you have the earth, right? So wal arda. So that's why the because it's a masculine, that's why it will be it will end with a da on a fatha. And then qaratul kutubu wasuhufal wal majallati, right? So I read the books, the newspapers, and the magazine. So you can say that one of them actually is ending with a ti, right, or an e, because it's a feminine word. Innal ikhwata wal akhwati fil bayti. Indeed, the brothers and the sisters are at home. So you can see that one of them is ending with the a, and one of them is ending with an e. That's all. Now, what is it? Remember?
Bilal bhai, I have a question
Yeah,
from
sure,
the
please.
previous slide.
Yeah.
So, is Sama a masculine or the feminine noun?
You're talking about the first one, khalaqa
Yes.
samawat.
Yes,
It's a,
Sama.
it's a feminine.
Then why there isn't a ta marbut at the end of like Samawati rather than
But
the
that's why I said that usually represented by a fatha, but otherwise it is represented with a t. That's the only difference we're seeing over here. When there is a verb connected, when there is a mansoob connected, when the verb has a connection with that noun, then it will change to an e sound instead of a a sound. When we do the exercise, you'll understand a little bit more. So there's more
Okay.
words that will come. Hopefully, that will make it easier for everybody. It's right now, it probably is a little bit difficult, but once you do the exercises, hopefully it will make it easy. But I will not forget to answer this when you see the exercise. Now, the nasab and the jar endings are the same in the sound, feminine plural. For example, in the talibati, fil hafilati. In both cases, they're feminine. That's why the ending is a e. Right? So in both cases, the ending is with an e because they're both feminine. Next rule. Um, Remember, I always go with the rules first and I go to the exercises after. Okay. So that's why you'll always see we learned, right? So because we don't learned, we haven't learned anything because we haven't done the exercises yet. But I put them in the beginning so that it is easier for you to do the exercises that we're going to do afterwards. Okay. So now, if you learn, Ra'aytuka means I saw you. Ra'aytuhu means I saw him. Now we will learn something new, right? The pronoun of the first person, me. Now look at this. Ra'aytani, you saw me. You saw me. Khalaqta, khalaqanillahu. Khalaqanillahu. Allah created me. Sa'alanil mudarrisu, the teacher asked me. Now, because you're putting, we all know this already. Like whenever we actually have the E for the any of that um, adjective, it actually will means I'm talking about myself, right? So there is a very famous Sayyidul Istighfar, which is mentioned as this is something that one should recite every day in the morning and also at night. One quick second. Sorry, I have to turn off this manual heater that I have. Okay, so if you look at on the left hand side, Allahumma anta Rabbi. Rabbi means you are my Rabb, right? We all know this, right? Allahumma, oh Allah, you are anta, you. Rabbi means my Rabb. La ilaha illa anta. There is no God besides you. Khalaqtani, you created me. So this word, look at this. Khalaqtani, you created me, wana abduka, right? And then I am your slave. So look at this word in the middle. Khalaqtani, you created me. Same thing you can see over here. Sa'alani, the teacher asked me. Khalaqani Allahu, Allah created me. Ra'aytani, you saw me. So this way, now instead of ra'aytuka, ra'aytuhu, now we can say ra'aytani, right? You saw me. So same one small little word, but it has three different English words added to it to make the same sentence. So wanted to give you the example as well. By the way, this is very beneficial. One should always recite this in the morning and also at night. There is a hadith about it. I forgot. I think it's the hadith is that anybody who recites this, he even if the sins, even if the sin is, if the person has committed a sin of fleeing from the battlefield, the sins will be forgiven for that person. That's why I think this is what the hadith is about. I'm
I
forgetting.
think it is that he would die as a shaheed.
Yeah, the person would die as a martyr, but I'll confirm that. I think it is either martyr or even if he even if he flee from the battlefield, because fleeing from a battlefield is a one of the one of the major sins. But I'll confirm exactly what that is. But one should always recite this in the morning and also in the afternoon. It is called as the leader of the istighfar, forgiveness. Okay, so the next rule, how beautiful is the car, right? So, for example, if you have to say how beautiful is the car, now look at the first sentence. Ma ajmala hazihi sayyarata. If there is no exclamation sign in the end, it will actually be a very different sentence. Can anybody tell me what would this sentence mean? Ma ajmala hazihi sayyarata. Think about it. It actually is considered as a sentence or a statement, right? Then you will say, what a beautiful car. What a beautiful car this is. There is a question, right? Or how beautiful is this car? In both ways, the meaning is the same, but the correct translation of this sentence that you see, ma ajmala hazihi sayyarata, how beautiful is this car? So you're not really asking a question, you're actually making a statement. So you're expressing the beauty of the car or any other noun. And but the way it is written is basically starting with a ma. Ma means what? But because this is how it is written, when you with an exclamation sign, then you'll actually mean that will actually means how beautiful is this car. Now look at some of the examples. Ma atyabaka. How good are you? Ma atyabaka. How good are you? Meaning you're asking about somebody's health. Ma afqaraha. How poor she is. Ma afqaraha. How poor she is. Ma afqarahu. How poor he is. Ma aksar nujumu. How numerous the stars are. So you're not asking a question. You're simply making a statement as a verb of a wonder. So the way it is written, it is called as a verb of a wonder or fail ta'ajjub. Fail ta'ajjub, the verb of a wonder. Ma ashala hazihi darsa, how easy is this lesson is. So you're basically making a statement, not asking a question. Again, the last one, ma ashala hazaha darsa, because you're saying, oh, this is very easy. This lesson is very, very easy. So when you're making a statement of a wonder, this is how it will be written. Next one. So if you remember in book number 2, when we said whenever you have ya, whenever you say ya, then you will the noun that comes, the preceding noun afterwards will always have a dhamma. For example, ya hamidu, ya bilalu, ya ustazu, ya waladu. Now, if the noun after the ya is a mudaf, meaning it is possessing something, right? So, or it is possessed, right? So when you say mudaf, it is uh, the the letter itself will actually have the word itself will have the fatha. It will become a mansoob. For example, ya binta bilalin. You're not gonna say ya bintu bilalin. You will say ya binta bilalin, or daughter of Bilal. Ya ukhta Muhammadin, or sister of Muhammad. Now, question for and brother Abdullah Saeed, sister Mehreen, sister Amina, and brother Hafiz Muhammad Usama, and sister Azumi should not answer this question. For everybody else, what is mudaf? So the 5 of people that I mentioned should not answer this. What is a mudaf? Somebody has to answer this. What is mudaf?
The object uh, being on.
Yeah, the object being owned, being possessed. Very good. So if I say Rasulullahi in these two words, what is mudaf and what is mudaf ilay? If I say Rasulullahi, what is mudaf and what is mudaf ilay, brother Umar and DI?
Rasul is the mudaf.
Very good.
Allah is the Mudaf
Mudaf
ilayh.
ilay. Very good. Excellent word. And in this example, binta Bilalin, what is mudaf and what is mudaf ilay?
Binta is a mudaf.
And Bilalin is the mudaf ilay.
Bilal is the mudaf ilayh.
So it's not, of course, ownership or possession, but she is the daughter of Bilal. So that's why bint is the mudaf and Bilal is the mudaf ilay. And same thing, ukhta Muhammadin, sister of Muhammad. So there is a relation. So Muhammad acts not the owner, but the possessor. And then the ukhta, sister, is the mudaf. Same thing, ya abna akhi, or son of my brother, ya Rabbal Kaaba, ya Rabbal Kaaba, or Lord of the Kaaba. Right? There are a lot of du'as actually are made like this, ya Rabbal Kaaba. Ya Abdallahi, ya Abdullahi, instead of Abdullahi, you'll say ya Abdullahi because there is a ya, and because the next one is the mudaf will have a fatha instead of a dhamma. Ya Aba Bakr, Ya Aba Bakrin, O Abu Bakr. So the father of the Bakr. Now over here instead of Abu, you'll actually say Aba because the word Ya is the word Ya is over there. So whenever you have the Ya and the next word actually is the mudaf, it will have a fatha instead of um, dhamma. For example, Ya Rabbana. Ya Rabbana, O our Lord. Ya Rabbana, O our Lord. And because again over here, you'll use the fatha instead of the dhamma. The next rule, if you remember, we learned that in the beginning in the book 2 that the noun that come after come, which is come means how many, is singular and mansoob. But if the word come is preceded by a preposition, the noun following it may be a majroor or a mansoob. It can be both of them, because you can say fi kam yawman, how many days, or you can also say fi kam yawmin. In both ways, the sentence will be correct. It is permissible. Writing the word kam riyalin or kam riyalan, both ways, if there is a preposition, it will be considered as permissible. There is nothing wrong in writing in both ways, right? So there's nothing, it's not a huge thing to learn over here. However, when you have a preposition, then you can use both the fatha or you can use the kasra or fathatain or kasratain. When you use the interrogative ma is preceded by a preposition. The alif of the ma is dropped, right? So for example, with that, this is very important. This is going to come in your lesson a lot today, in the exercises today. When I'm saying bima, I'm not saying bima. Bima means with that. Lima is different word. When you say lima, it means for what. When you say mimma, you have this word a lot in Quran, right? Mimma, which is basically min and ma, from what? From what? This is mentioned in Quran a lot. So the bima, lima, mimma, amma, all three words are mentioned in Quran a lot. So pay a lot of attention to this because you'll see this in your exercises also. Mimma means from what, and amma means about what, right? So now it's basically coming from the word min, and min we already know means from, and then the amma means is coming from about, right? And then when you connect the two, the meme, it actually becomes amma. Okay, so the next word, can anybody tell me what does the word mufrad means?
Singular.
Very good, singular. And what does the word jama means?
Plural.
Plural. So singular for alladhi. So alladhi, what does the word alladhi mean? It's written on your slides, by the way.
What did you ask, Bilal?
So the question is, what does the word alladhi means? Alladhi.
Who?
Who, whom, which,
Whom.
all of these are correct way to translate this. Now, is alladhi plural or singular?
Singular.
Singular.
Okay, is it masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Masculine. Okay, so next question, Sister Mehreen will not answer. It's okay. Now allati, is allati singular or plural?
Singular.
Singular. Now, brother Hafiz Muhammad Osama will not also answer this question. Now, allati is feminine or masculine?
Feminine.
Feminine.
Feminine. So now what we're learning over here in this lesson, that alladhi, the plural of that is alladhina, and you'll see this word a lot in Quran. We all know this, right? And then the word allati, which is used for the feminine, the plural of that is allati. By the way, allati I think is only mentioned, if I remember, like once in Quran. I think only once, only, yeah. I think it's only like mentioned once in Quran. But most of the time it is used as alladhi or alladhina. We all know this. Alladhina yu'minuna bil ghaibi wa yuqimuna salata wa mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun. This is the third ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah. Those who, again, alladhina, those who believe in the unseen and perform the prayers and donate from what we have provided for them. So the word alladhina is used as who, whom, or which. But it is a plural, right? Because you're talking about multiple of them. Now look at the left-hand side, couple of examples. الرجل الذي خرج من مكتب مديري مدرس جديد. The man who left the headmaster's or the principal's office is a new teacher. الرجال الذين خرجوا من مكتب المدير مدرسون جدد. The men, multiple, who, الذين who left the headmaster's office are the new teachers. So الذين means who, الذي means who also. Allati means who, but it is used for female, singular. Allati is used for plural, but for feminine. So that's the only thing we will be learning over here. And you all know that there is this word alladina is used a lot in Quran. There is an ayah in Quran when I say ya you lazina aminu aminu. Does anybody know what that means? Ya ayyuhal ladhina aminu aminu.
Those who believe, bring belief or reasserting your belief.
Yeah, those who believe, you're absolutely right. Strengthen your belief, right? That truly believe. So it's a very, very beautiful ayah. Ya ayyuhal ladhina aminu aminu. Both words are same, but then you realize that
Ek minute.
it's such a beautiful way of
Bilal
how
bhai, it is amanu, not
Ya
aminu.
allazina amanu aminu. Yes, sir. Ya allazina amanu aminu. Both words mean the same thing, but in one second word, it means assertive, that you actually are strengthen your iman. We have learned so the next one is the particular, this is very beautiful, by the way. This is, if you're using an expression, read the word, if you see al-mudarrisu qala lak, al-mudarrisu qala lak. But if you say al-mudarrisu qala lak, did the teacher tell you? When you have this, when you're lengthening the it becomes a question. If you're not lengthening the it is basically more of an expression when you're actually talking to somebody in Arabic. When you actually have a longer in the beginning, it becomes a question. Did the teacher tell you? Right? So al-mudarrisu qala lak. Right? So your expression basically tells that you're actually asking a question. But otherwise, if you see this, if you see al-mudarrisu qala lak, the teacher tell you. The teacher tell you is what actually will mean. But when you say al-mudarrisu qala lak, you're like showing an expression. It actually simply means that you're actually simply asking a question. Al-yawma ra'aytuhu, did you see him yesterday? Otherwise, you'll see you saw him yesterday. Al-yawma ra'aytuhu, you saw him yesterday. But when you say al-yawma ra'aytuhu, like showing an expression, it simply means you're asking a question. But that's more of how you present yourself and how you show your expression when you're using these words. But you have to simply add a little bit longer in the beginning to make sure that you're simply presenting it as a question instead of a statement. The final ya, this is very beautiful also. When you look at the word, the final ya, which is pronounced as an alif, right? It is not pronounced as an e. In my language that I speak, the word ya, the way you see the ya, it actually means e. but in Arabic, there is this ya without the two dots at the bottom actually is pronounced as an alif, right? So the final ya is pronounced as an alif when a pronoun of a jar or a nasab is attached to the word. For example, ma'ana or kava, right? So meaning, or kava means he ironed. But when you say ma'anahu, its meaning, kavahu, he ironed, right? Then you drop that and then you add the jar or the nasab. The next one, second last one. I'm trying to go through this quickly so we can start the exercise. What time is it? Okay. So At-Tullabu Jududul Khamsa, the 5 new students. Here the number is used and as an adjective. Okay, so pay a lot of attention to this. The number is used as an adjective, and so it comes after the madud. And some of the examples: Al-Kutubul Arba'atu, the 4 books; Al-Rijalul Asharatu, the 10 men; As-Sahahul Sittatu, the 6 authentic books of Hadith; Al-Akhawatul Khamsu, the 5 sisters. In all of these examples, these numbers are used as an adjective. Can anybody tell me what does the word adjective means? What is an adjective?
A description of a noun.
The description. Very good. It's a description or a quality. That's what an adjective is. This is the last one. If you look at the word alil mudiri zahabtum, here ilal mudiri has been brought forward for the sake of emphasis. Only for the sake of emphasis, it was brought forward. Otherwise, you can say zahabtum ilal mudiri, right? You brought it in the front to show the emphasis. Otherwise, the word al mudir zahabtum ilal mudiri would have been the correct. And you put a question mark, it actually will become the same thing. There is no difference whatsoever at all. But to put an emphasis on this sentence, you'll bring the alal mudiri zahabtum. Did you go to did they go to the principal's office, right? Did they go to the principal's office? And for example, Raitu Bilalan, I saw Bilal, without an emphasis. Bilalan Raitu, it was Bilal that I saw. Then now you're bringing um, uh, the noun in the beginning. When you bring the noun in the beginning, it shows that you actually are showing a emphasis for the overall sentence. Okay, so we'll go through the exercise. Hopefully we're able to finish. Oh my God, there's very limited time today. There are very long sentences today. So I hope that you do have your vocabulary that you took a screenshot of, because these are not difficult words, but there's long sentences. So you have done all of this before. So one word at a time. And there are some words that you'll not know, right? Like first one, you should know every single word, because I can see the very first sentence, every single word you should know, because we have done this before. So the way we'll do this, same way that we always do, that student number 1 will do the sentence that is written in front of it, and the student number 1, 2, 1, 2, like that, right? So the first 2 students that can do this today is Sister Naila and Sister Mehreen. Sister Naila, you're student number 1, and Sister Mehreen, you're student number 2.
Okay. So دخل مدرس الفصل. The teacher entered in the classroom. ووجد فيه 15 طالبا فقط.
فقط.
فقط. Okay. ووجد, and he found فيه, in it, 15 5 Taliban student.
15 15.
Oh, sorry, yeah. 15 student only.
Okay, now make the
sorry.
make the whole sentence correctly.
Okay, so the teacher entered in the classroom and he found 15 students only.
Good, very good.
فقال لهم, and he said to them, أين الطلاب الجدد, where are those new students? No, جدد الخمسة, 5 new. Where are the 5 new students? الذين, who they جاءوا أمس. They came yesterday. قال عبد الله said Abdullah. Abdullah said حضروا. They were present. اليوم today وخرجوا and they left قبل قليل little while ago, I guess. أظن I think أنهم indeed they ذهبوا they went إلى المدير to the principal.
Okay, now make the second sentence, Qala Abdullahi, without stopping.
Okay. Abdullah said they were present today and they left little while ago. I think they went to the principal.
Excellent work. Very good. Okay. Sister Mary.
رجعت طلاب الخمسة بعد قليل. 5 students returned after some time, I think.
Correct. Yeah, it's fine.
فقال لهم المدرس so teacher said to them إلى المدير ذهبتم يا أبنائي. Did you go to the director, my sons?
Yep, very good. So yeah, like just like teachers will say, "Hey, children, oh my sons," this "oh girls," very similar. So it basically means "oh boys" or "sons," same thing. Very good, Sister Naila.
Yes. قالوا they said نعم yes ذهبنا we went إليه to him لأننا so to find or no لأننا لأننا I'm not sure what
Because
because ما وجدنا we did not find أسماءنا our name في القائمة in the list.
very good. Sister Naila, have you done this book before?
No, never.
Very nice. That's very, very impressive because kaima is the very first. Kaima is a new word that came.
You explained in the beginning.
جلس المدرس وقال the teacher said and he said أقرأتم درس الأمس يا أبنائي. Did you read the lesson today, O children? قال
Amsi.
Al-Amsi. I think it's today. I don't remember that.
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yesterday. Did you read the lesson yesterday, O children? قال الطلاب. Students said نعم. Yes. قرأناه. We read it. وكتبناه. We wrote it. وحفظناه. We memorized it. قال المدرس. Teacher said.
Okay, very good. Last sentence, Sister Naila.
أفهمتموه قالوا did you understand it? Actually, teacher is asking. قالوا they said نعم yes. فهمناه جيدا. We understand it very, very well. مسهلة. ما أسهل. Okay, ما is it easy? هذا الدرس this lesson.
This is the verb of a wonder.
Oh, wonder, yeah. Isn't it easy or something like that?
What an easy lesson this is.
What an easy lesson. Okay, yeah.
Excellent work. Here's the translation for all of these sentences. So it's very impressive, by the way, by both of you. Okay, so this none. The first student will do the entire paragraph that you see over here. And again, there is none of these are something that you should not know. You should know every single word, one of these words, except the word jaddi. This in the middle means jaddi. Okay, but it's easy to guess what that word really means. So the two students that will do this one is Brother Hafiz Muhammad Usama and Brother Umar NDI this time. So Brother Hafiz Muhammad Usama, you'll do line number 1. The whole paragraph number 1, and Brother Umar NDI, you'll do the paragraph number 2. And we will finish this lesson only when we're done with all these exercises. Otherwise, this lesson will never end.
Okay. قال عبد الرحمن said أنا ما فهمت فيه 3 كلمات. I did not understand 3 words. قال المدرس, teacher said, ما هي, what's that, or what are those?
What is it?
What is it? قال عبد الرحمن said, قرأنا في الدرس هذه الجملة. We Abdul Rahman said, we read those in these sentences.
So in this lesson, we
In
read
this lesson,
a sentence.
in the sentence,
So in this lesson, we read a sentence.
in this lesson, we read a sentence. Yes.
Mhm.
عاد جدي من الخرطوم. Aad is a name. Aad is new from Khurtum.
No, it's not a name.
Aad is not a name.
Nope. It's a new word.
Aad. 1 second. A number. A new number.
So keep going. It's okay. You'll understand the second sentence what it really means. When the teacher will explain to him, you'll understand right away what this word means. Because he's
Okay.
saying, I don't know this word ad. That's basically what he's saying. He's saying ada jaddi min al khurtum. I don't understand these three words. When the teacher will explain, Samabhai, you will understand right away what the word ad means.
Okay. فما معني هذه الكلمات الثلاث. What is the meaning of these three sentences?
Three
قال
words.
words. قال المدرس, teacher said, عاد معانها
Raja.
رجع
So,
والجد
wait. What does the word raja means?
returned.
So now make the sentence. Ada ma'anaha
عاد means
return.
he returned.
Yes.
والجد معانا ha, and
The word jaddu means
the new word, the والجد معانا, the new mean.
no. The word jaddu means
The word jaddu means abul abbi or abul ammi.
yep. So what does it mean? Abul abbi or abul ummi? Father of the father or father of the mother?
Father and the father of the mother.
What is jaddi means then?
Grandfather.
Grandfather. Very good. So,
Grandfather.
now make ada jaddi. What does ada jaddi means?
Grandfather's grandparents returned.
And no cheating from Sister Mehreen. I can hear her.
Yeah.
What does the word min means?
Min?
Yes.
What is that word?
No, the word min means
Min
what?
from
Now
Khurtum.
make ada jaddi.
My
min.
grandparents are from
No.
Khurtum.
My grandfather
My
returned.
returned. هذا جدي من الخرطوم. My grandfather returned from
Khurtum. That's it.
from Khurtum. Yes, of course. هذا means raja. Okay.
Now keep going.
Asimatul Sudani. Asima from Sudan's
So Asima means capital.
capital.
So he's explaining Khurtum is the capital of Sudan.
Okay. Asimatul Sudan, Sudan's capital. Afahimta, did you understand it? Call Abdul Rahman. Al-ana fahimtu, I now understood it.
Yeah, very good. Now make the whole thing without stopping.
Okay.
Starting from Abdul Rahman.
قال عبد الرحمن said, أنا ما فهمت فيه ثلاث كلمات. I did not understand 3 words. قال المدرس, teacher said, ما هي, what's that? قال عبد الرحمن
What is it? Otherwise,
What
it will
is
be
it?
mazalika, right? So what you
Yep.
said was mazalika means what is that? You have to say mahiya. What is it?
What is it? قال عبد الرحمن said, قرأنا في الدرس هذه الجملة. We read this sentence in these words in this lesson. عاد جدي من الخرطوم. Grandfather returned from خرطوم. فما معني هذه الكلمات الثلاثة. I did not understand what is the meaning of these 3 words. قال المدرس, teacher said, عاد معانها رجع. عاد means he returned. والجد معانها أبو الأب أو أبو الأمي. الجد means father of the father or father of the mother. Wal Khurtum, just words. Wal Khurtum means Asimatul Sudan, and Khurtum means capital of Sudan. Afahimta, did you understand it? Call Abdul Rahman said, Al Ana Fahimtu, now I understood it.
Excellent work. Very good. It's a long sentence. Pretty big paragraph. Okay. So, Brother Umar India, next one is for you.
Okay. ثم فتح المدرس كتابه وقرأ درسا جديد. Then the teacher opened his book and read the new lesson.
Excellent work.
خلق الله الشمس والقمر والنجم والنجوم والأرض والبحر والبحر وخلق كل شيء. Should I? Okay.
Translate.
Allah created the sun.
Yep.
And the moon.
Very good.
And the stars.
Very good.
And the earth.
Very good.
And the sea.
Very good.
And everything.
And
he created everything.
Very good.
وَخَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ طِينٍ. And he created man from mud.
Very good.
ثُمَّ قام وكتاب هذا الدرس على سبورة. Then
he got up. Kama means got up.
Then he got up and wrote this lesson on the board.
On the writing board. Excellent work. This is very impressive. Very impressive. Very impressive. And the only thing I will just say is this wal arda wal bihara. Bihara is the plural of bahar. So it's a seas, like multiple, right? So seas. So bihar means seas, multiple seas. Okay. Excellent work. This is very impressive. I'm very glad that, pretty much everybody is now making the long sentences. I was very stressed today that I don't know how difficult it will be. Okay, so the next two is Brother Abdul Rahman and Sister Azumi. So Brother Abdul Rahman, you will do the whatever you see under your name, like the first student, and the Sister Azumi, you'll do everything else that you see under the second student, under red. So let's start, Brother Abdul Rahman. Abdullah Saeed, sorry. Brother Abdullah Saeed, you're muted if you're saying something.
Okay.
Go ahead.
رفع محمد يده وقال. So Muhammad raised his hand and said, ما معنى teen. What is the meaning? At-tini. What is the meaning of mud? Ya Ustaz, Ustaz. Kala Mudaris said, Tinu ma'anahu turabu wa muhtalitu bilma'i. So teen mud is mud mixed with water.
Dirt mixed with water.
Or dirt mixed with water. ورفع Faisal يده, and Faisal also raised his hand. فقال له مدرس, and asked Mudaris, or فقال له مدرس, then he said to Mudaris.
No.
فقال, he said.
And the teacher said.
Oh, okay. The teacher said.
Teacher said to him, lahu, to him.
Okay. So فقال له مدرس, and teacher said to him, عندك سؤال يا فيصل, do you have a question, oh Faisal? قال Faisal said, نعم, yes. عندي سؤال, yes, I have question. البحار جمع بحر. البحار جمع بحر is Bihar, that is rivers, the plural of Bahar, river. Oh, sorry, sea. Al Biharu, that's seas. Is that the Jam? Sorry,
Seas is the plural of the sea.
of the sea, yes.
Yep.
Okay, seas is the plural of the sea. Kala Mudaris said, Naam, huwa kazalik. Yes, that is it.
Yep. That is it, or it is like that.
Oh, it is like that. Okay.
Keep going.
Kamal Hamsu Wakal.
Qam al-Hasanu.
Kamal Hassan Wakal. He stood up.
Hassan got up.
He got up. Okay, got up.
Hassan
Hassan got up and said, okay, Ma jamu samai. What is the plural of samai? That is heaven. Ya ustaz, oh ustaz. Kala al-mudarris. And mudarris said, Jam'uha samawatu. So the plural is samawatu.
Its
The heavens.
plural is samawatun.
Its plural is samawatu. Okay.
Yeah. So just remember, in Quran, the word samawat is used as heavens. Okay. So, but over regular time, if you want to say sky, you'll say as sama, but in Quran is used as heavens. Okay. Mr. Azumi.
Yes. Okay. Summa Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Summa Sa'ala Mudarisu Tulaba Inda Iddata As'ilati. Then the teacher sorry. Then the teacher asked the students a question.
Nope. What is
do you have a question? You ask the student if they have a question.
Nope. Iddata as'ila. What does that mean?
Iddata as'ila.
Mm-hmm.
Number of questions.
Number of questions. Very good.
Number of questions. Then al-mudarisu. Man khalaka ya Ibrahim. Man khalakaka ya Ibrahim. The teacher asked, who created you, Ibrahim? Then Ibrahim said, Halakani Allah.
Khalaqani Allahu.
Halakani Allah. Allah created me. Then the Mudaris said, Man khalaqakum ya abnai. Then the teacher asked, who created you? Ya abnai, my sons or children.
Mm-hmm.
Then al-jam'u, the group said, Khalaqanallah. Allah created us.
Very good.
Then the Mudaris said, Man khalaqani ya Abbasu. Man khalaqani ya Abbasu. Man khalaqani. Man khalaqani ya Abbasu. Who created me?
Very good.
Oh, Abbas. Abbasu said, Khalaqakallah. Allah created you.
Excellent work. Very impressive. Really good work.
Then al-Mudarisu. Man khalaqas shamsa.
Oh, wait. Whoa. You're looking at your book. See, you don't look at your book. This is not even on your slide right now.
That is true. They are too tiny for my.
No, you were supposed to look on your slide, not on your book. It is not your exercise right now. You are looking at your book right now. It is not on your slide right now. What you're saying right now. So
okay, let me. Why then? Let me.
you're already done. You're already done. You did your exercise already.
Okay.
So that's why don't look at your book, only look at your screen, please.
Okay.
Here are the
That
answers for all the
right.
questions. Here is the translation for all of the things that you just mentioned. Okay. So the next one is for Sister Amina Zaid and Sister Mehreen. Amina Zaid, let me see if you're unmute. Amina Zaid, we cannot hear you. Sister Mehreen, do you mind starting from student number 1 while we wait for Sister Amina Zaid?
Sure, Bilampi.
And Sister Amina Zaid, at any
المدرس
point of
teacher.
time when you say something, we should be able to hear you. So I think maybe we can see that you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. So maybe the mic that you're using from your phone is not the correct one.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, let's start now. So, Sister Mehreen, we can do the number 2 again afterwards.
So number 1?
Yes.
Okay. المدرس من خلق الشمس يا عبد الله. The teacher, who created the sun, Abdullah.
So now look at the thing that we mentioned about the Madud, right? So look over here. You're talking about Ya Abdullah. So right after that, because you have Ya, so then it instead of Abdullah, it becomes
Oh,
Abdullah.
Abdullah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Abdullah. خلقها Allah. Allah created it. المدرس ومن خلق القمر يا عبد الرحمن. And who created the moon? عبد الرحمن. عبد الرحمن خلقه الله. Allah created it. المدرس ومن خلق النجوم يا أحمد. And who created the stars, Ahmed? خلقها Allah. Allah created it.
That's about it. So next one is for Sister Mehreen. Yes, you can start from Yaqub, Sister Mehreen.
Okay. Yaqub, ya Ustazu or teacher. Indi sawalun, I have a question. Laysat lahu alakatu bid-darsi. I think there is no connection bid-darsi in this lesson.
Yeah, it is not related to this lesson.
It is not related to this
I have a
lesson.
question. Oh, teacher, I have a question that is not related to this lesson.
Okay. Or teacher, I have a question that is not related to this question.
Or
lesson.
that has no connection to this lesson. Same thing, right? Because alaka means connection.
Okay. Al-Mudarrisu, teacher, ma huwa, what is that?
What is it?
this? Yaqub, karatu fi kitabin anan najuma abadu min ash-shams. Karatu, we read fi kitabin in this.
I read karatu.
I read, sorry, yeah. I read in the book anan najuma abadu min ash-shams. Ooh.
One word at a time.
An-najuma, stars, did stars.
Yep.
Abadu min ash-shams, did Abadu min ash-shams came after the sun.
They're further away from the sun.
Further away from the sun. As-sahihun haza, is this true? Or is this correct? Al-mudarrisu, teacher, naam. Yes, haza sahihun, this is correct. Mimma khalaqallahu al-insana ya Usman. Who created Mimma? Mimma, what? From what? Khalaqallahu. Allah khalaqallahu al-insana. Allah created the human being or insan, ya Usman or Usman.
Yeah, Mimma, from what? From what Allah created the insan o Usman. Very good. So Mimma, very good job. You remembered Mimma, what the word Mimma means. Because you can see that there is no alif in the end, right? So Mimma,
Yeah.
like this, means word from what? And you will see this word in Quran a lot. Okay. And I want to tell everybody, and I was telling one of the brothers yesterday, he didn't come today, trying to tell him that it's only 3 books. We haven't even done 3 books yet. There's 5 more books to go. Okay, so don't lose your patience. You'll understand that slowly you will start understanding these words and you'll start making longer sentences very, very easily. If I take you to book number 2 and even the book lesson number 1 of this book, you'll very quickly make those sentences. You can imagine like how many words are you able to make, like, because we have only learned 3 books, not even 3 yet. So have patience. Okay, so this is the translation for all of these sentences that we just made. And the next one, okay, who did the assignment, but I haven't gone through them yet. So let's start with Brother Hafiz Muhammad Osama and Brother Abdullah Saeed again. Oh, actually, forgot something. Anyways, Brother Hafiz Muhammad Osama, why don't you go ahead?
خلق الله Usman, خلق الله الإنسان من طين. Usman, Allah created humans or insan with the mud, from the mud. Al-Mudarrisu, Ahsantu ya Usman. Ahsanta ya Usman. Teacher, isn't that beautiful, Usman?
No, very well done, Osman.
Oh, very well done, Usman. وَمِمَّا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْجَانَّ يَا أَبَا بَكْرٍ. And from what did Allah created the jinns, O Abu Bakr? Abu Bakr, خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْجَانَّ مِن نَارٍ. Allah created the jinn from fire.
Very good.
Al-Mudarrisu, كيف عرفت ذلك يا أبا بكر? Arafta means, okay, one second.
This is not from today's lesson, but it is there. You have learned this lesson word before.
Kaifa arafta. Arafta means
so let's forget about the rafta words. What does kaifa means?
How?
Okay, zalika.
That.
Ya Abu Bakr.
Oh, Abu Bakr.
Okay, now think about it. What does
Arafta? How did he raise that?
How did you know?
Arafta.
How did you know that Abu Bakr?
Oh, yeah. How did you know that, Abu Bakr?
Right. So remember, he told his student that Allah created the human beings from the mud, and then he said, ask the question. He never told them, what did Allah created jinns from? And then Abu Bakr said, Allah created jinns from the fire. And the teacher was very happy, and he said, how did you know this? And then look at the answer. You'll see Brother Abdullah Saeed do this next line, and you'll see what he's going to explain. And these are ayahs of Quran, by the way. Some of them you'll see now.
Okay, so I should start from Abu Bakr?
Yep.
Okay. Abu Bakr, عرفت ذلك من القرآن الكريم. So it came from the Quran Karim. That's the Quran, right?
From the Quran Karim, yes.
From the Quran, okay. فجاء في سورة الأعراف أن إبليس قال لله أنا خير منه خلقني من نار وخلقه من طين. So it came from
you have to make sure you're reading these ayahs of Quran correctly.
وخلقته من طين. فجاء في سورة الأعراف. So it came from Surah Al-Araf that Allah mentioned إن إبليس قال لله. So Iblis said to Allah.
Iblis said to Allah, yes.
أنا خير منه. I'm better than him. خلقني من نار. You created me. I'm created from.
One second. One second, wait. These are the ayahs of Quran. We cannot make mistakes. So you have to read them very carefully. Okay. So any ayah of Quran, we cannot make mistakes. So khalaqtani.
خلقتني من نار. I was created from fire. وخلقته من طين. and he was created from mud.
Very good.
Okay. So Al-Mudarris said, Ahsant ya Abu Bakr. Well done, Abu Bakr. Kam sama'an khalaqallah ya Abdullah. How many heavens are there, ya Abdullah? Abdullah
How
said,
many heavens Allah
how many,
created?
how many heavens has Allah created? Abdullah said, Khalaqallahu sab'a samawat. Allah created 7 heavens.
Excellent work. Okay, so here's a translation for all of these words. I think the only ones that you probably got stuck at was one faja'a and then also arafta, right? So I think these are the two. I think Samba, you were getting confused with arafa, right? I think that's where you're getting the word confused for the translation. But
Yes, Gladly, I was confused with that word. Arasta.
so I think these are the only two that I think everything else was 100% perfectly fine. And for Kayas of Quran, by the way, I have personally noticed this. Sometimes people do read Quran and they just read whatever is coming to their mind instead of, again, not criticizing anybody, by the way. Okay, that's not my intention. My intention is only for correction. I've seen a lot of people, they're literally reading it, but they're just reading because that's how they want to read it, and they clearly incorrectly read whatever the word is. It is. So we cannot read Quran incorrectly because the meaning will completely change. So rest of the Arabic is okay. We can just make I, us, here and there, but the Quranic words, Arab, has to be exactly the way it has to be. Okay, so the last one, this is the last one, hopefully. Yes, it is the last one. And I want to make sure I finish this today. Why don't we do Sister Naila and Sister Mehreen one more time? Sister Naila, you have a small line, 2 lines, and Sister Mehreen, you have a long sentence. And by the way, those are all ayahs of Quran, so it should be very interesting.
Al-Mudarrisu, the student, Wafi
The teacher.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, teacher. The teacher, Wafi kam yama khalaqallahu.
Read the
And
whole sentence, then it will be very easy for you. Read the whole
Khalaq-
sentence.
Okay, khalaqallahu samawati wal arda ya Abdul Rahmani Rahman al-Mudarris. So the teacher said, Wafi, and in how many days Allah created the sky and the earth, the heavens and the earth, O Abdul Rahman?
Very good.
Abdul Rahman said, Abdul Rahman is the next one. Khalaqallahu samawati wal arda fi sittati ayyam. Allah created the heavens and the earth in 7 days. No, 6 days.
6 days.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 days.
Okay, I have a question for everybody. And anybody who has attended my tafsir class cannot answer this question. There's only one person who usually attends from this. There is 7 days in a week, okay? And 365 days in a year, right? And then you have 12 months. Everything is exactly the way we talk about 365 days in Islam. We do talk about 12 months in Islam. But why in Quran the world was created in 6 days? Why is it not 7th day? What is the concept of the 7th day? Anybody knows this?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Lo. Go ahead.
It said that the 7th day is nowadays, as in the testing phase, that this is all a test. We are in the 7th day right now.
So you watched that video? Did Muhammad Ahmad sent you that video that you're just...
No, you told us this like a few months back.
A few months back? Okay, very good. You remembered. So yes, that is correct. So there is the theory is, again, that we are in that 7th day right now. So the time that we're going through right now, that is the 7th day. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. And then the day that we have until the day of judgment, that is the 7th day. And also, if you remember the hadith, because the time concept that we have in this current world, in this universe, is completely different from the time of the arsh. the time of the heavens is completely different. So to make it easy to understand why that time is so long over there and compared to this time, there is an hadith that hopefully everybody knows that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam one time was actually shivering and sweating at the same time, was extremely afraid when he came back. Can anybody tell me that hadith when he came back and he saw Israfil alayhi salam? What did he see when he saw Israfil alayhi salam? Can anybody tell me? Anybody can tell me now.
A huge camel.
Israfil alayhi salam. There is a special job that Israfil alayhi salam does.
Yeah, he is the
Oh,
angel
the
of
blow
death.
of trumpet.
Yes, so he was holding a trumpet, and what the trumpet that he has, we all know, when the day of judgment will come, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order Israfil alayhi salam to blow the trumpet. The moment he will blow the trumpet, the noise of that trumpet will actually destroy everything into pieces, into dust. Everything will completely vanish. All of a sudden, everything will die. Regardless of what the creation of Allah is, when the trumpet will be blown, all of a sudden, everything will die. Now, when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came back, he actually saw and he mentioned to his wife, Salama, I believe. May Allah forgive me if I'm forgetting the name of the Mu'mineen. I believe it was Salama. And he said to her that I saw Israfil alayhi salam, the trumpet was already touching his lips and he had already taken the breath to blow the trumpet. And he was looking towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be able to just get the order of Allah and then he would just blow. So he can imagine that how close the day of judgment is, that the breath has already been taken by Israfil alayhi salam and he's just waiting to blow the trumpet by the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is how close the day of judgment is. And the concept of the time is, this is why different from the concept of the time in this world. That's why when we say 50,000 years long day of the day of judgment, that is one day, because that concept of time is very long over there, right? But that's only until the day of judgment is over. Once the day of judgment is over, there's no concept of time whatsoever at all. Zero. Because then there is no time. The concept of time is gone. Then it is unlimited. Whether it is heaven or hell, it is unlimited. May Allah protect us all from the punishment of the fire.
Amin ya Rabbal
And also
Alamin.
there is a if you anybody wants to see the video, it's a very beautiful concept. Again, it is not 100% accurate, however, it's very, very close. The video series called as YouTube, you'll find it very interesting. Don't make it too loud because they use a lot of sounds, which is again no music by the way in that video, so you can easily watch it. It is called as Allah and the Cosmos. Allah and the Cosmos. Start from the video number 1. Otherwise, you'll get confused, what the whole concept is. They've created many, many videos. Allah and the Cosmos. And the company name, I believe, the people that actually, they say this is the Book-3. And it's a very, very beautiful video, very beautiful concept. And the concept of the time and the whole detail about it, you'll be able to understand that from watching those videos. So the Allah and the Cosmos, it's on YouTube. Okay. So Sister Mehreen, the next whole sentence, the whole paragraph is yours.
Al-Mudarrisu teacher, Haza Sahihun, this is correct. Qala Allahu Ta'ala fi kasiri min al-ayati. Allah said in a lot of his verses, Innahu khalaqa sab'a samawati. Indeed, he created the skies in 7. He created 7 skies. Faqala fi surat al-talaq. So he said in Surat Talaq, Allahu allazi khalaqa sab'a samawati. Allah is the one who created 7 skies. وَكَذَلِكَ قَالَ فِي كَثِيرٍ مِنَ الْآيَاتِ وَكَذَلِكَ and he said وَكَذَلِكَ and that he said in a lot of his verses, innahu khalaqas samawati wal ardi. Indeed, he is the one. Indeed, he created the skies and earth. Fi sittati ayam, in 7 days. وقال في سورة
Sit- sit-
الحديد. So he said in
sit-
سورة الحديد هو
ستة.
الذي خلق
Wait.
السماوات
إنه خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام. He said ستة.
ستة 7 days.
6.
ستة 6. Oh, okay.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the heavens and the earth in 6 days.
6 days. Sorry, yeah. He said in Surah Hadid, هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام. He is
The
هو.
one. It is who.
It is
him.
who.
Or, yep.
Yeah. It is who. It is who created the skies and earth in 6 days.
Very good.
He
Okay, now
has
what is the Sister Marine? What is the word hadid means?
Surah Hadid. We haven't reached to that point. Yes.
We did.
I don't know.
We did. It was in the vocabulary. Hadid means metal or iron.
Oh, okay. Hadid, iron. في هذه اللحظة رن الجرس. In this moment, هذه اللحظة. In this moment, the bell rang.
Very good.
فخرج المدرس من الفصل. So teacher went left the class.
Yep. The teacher left from the class.
From the class.
Very good. Okay. Anybody knows the concept of Surah Hadid? Why it is called as the iron?
I think in this surah, Allah mentions the bringing down the earth, the iron on the earth.
Yes. That is one part. Yes. Okay. Maybe you should search it. Everybody should search it. What is the reason behind Hadid mentioned in Surah Al-Hadid? Just a. There is no real homework. If anybody wants to understand, there is a very beautiful reason behind why Surah Al-Hadid is called a Surah Al-Hadid. Okay, so your real homework is this. So I created this, your flashcards. So now you have 9, I believe, lessons. So you'll have the lesson number 9 listed. Again, lesson number 9 will have multiple parts, as you can imagine. We only went through like one exercise today. And go through this link, and then in this link you will have the book number 9 quiz available. So please perform the book number 9 quiz, and at the same time do the flashcards. But I'll create more as we go through more lessons. And I wanted to just tell everybody, I'm really hoping I can do my session next week on Saturday, but if I cannot, I will let you know. But I'm going to try my best to be able to do this. There are some guests that are coming to my house next week. They're going to arrive really late at night on Friday. And I'm going to try my best, inshallah, to be able to do this. But just in case if it doesn't happen, I will let you know in advance. But I will definitely try my best. But please do this, these flashcards. They are available even right now. And I will upload the video and also the lessons, right after this lesson, inshallah. Somebody was asking something? Okay. So if no other questions, please, if you have any questions, do reach out to me via WhatsApp. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.